Later.
Now, you may remember back in September, our Wild Britain series took us from the south coast to the top of Scotland. We were telling stories of some of the most isolated parts of the UK.
We also asked you to get involved, and more than 2,000 people emailed us expressing support for a breakfast woodland. It means that now 2,000 trees are being planted in our name.
So, just a few days ago, the first stage of the planting began, and I went along to join in.
Dawn breaking over Leicestershire. A field by the M1, waiting to be transformed into woodland, the BBC Breakfast Woodland. It'll be part of the National Forest, which covers 200 square miles across 3 counties. It's one of the largest environmental regeneration projects in the country. I joined Year 3 pupils from nearby Martinshaw Primary School who are helping with the planting.
Rowan, why do you think that planting trees is really important?
So we can breathe better and we can get more oxygen.
Well, thanks very much for coming and helping planting trees today. We've got lots of young trees like this, which you're going to help plant, if that's okay.
First we're going to dig a hole and we're going to put the tree in and we're going to put some more mud all around it and pat it down.
So this is the official naming ceremony. Lottie, what should we call our tree?
Gerald. Bob.
Gerald?
Bob. Let's call it Gerald.
I think we'll call it Gerald. So the breakfast woodland is finally just starting to take shape. What's really interesting, of course, is that this will be here for years and years to come. We're just planting around 250 trees today, but if you look from the skies, you'll get a sense of the huge space that's here. So Esther, you were one of thousands of people who saw what we were doing on BBC Breakfast and just liked the idea, and you've come to join us today.
Yeah, okay, you said if you got 1,000 emails, then the National Forest would give you 1,000 trees to plant in a breakfast garden. Knowing that the forests are being looked after and, you know, being perpetuated for future generations is wonderful.
So when we had the idea of doing the breakfast woodland, we got so much interest from people. Some of the reaction was very creative, including poetry. And Alistair, morning Alistair, has very kindly agreed to read out one of the poems that came in. Who's it by, Alistair?
It's by Margaret Tomlin.
Okay. Do you want to read the last couple of lines for us?
If luck be there, these newly born will stand the test of time, will richly grow, strong and tall, till they attain their prime.
They say, from tiny acorns, mighty oaks grow. These children help plant the first 200 trees here. Eventually, there'll be 10 times that. And we'll be back in the months and years to come to see how they're getting on.
So it'll take a few years, but they will be there. The woodland will be there.
What would you have called the tree if not Gerald?
Gerald. Why not? Gerald's a perfect name, isn't it?
It's a really solid name.
Yeah, it's a good name for a tree. Also, thank you to the Year 7 pupils from Brookvale High School who helped to plant the first trees. It was a very muddy day.
It was, but they really got stuck in. It was lovely. Time now is 3.5 minutes to 7. It's time to get the